Welcome to Young and Digital, Khushboo. You are the DMK star campaigner. You have been crisscrossing the state campaigning for the party. How has it been? Because when we started talking about these elections, it looked like the AIDMK had an edge. But now, as we move towards the close of the elections in Tamil Nadu, things seems to have changed quite a lot.
You said it yourself. It has changed quite a lot. I think it makes a lot of difference when you travel by the roads, meet the people. And I think people of Tamil Nadu, as you get closer to the voting date, they understand as to which party is going to do better for them. All I would say is, though I'm a DMK party member, I would say that let the best party win. And it's very important for people actually to come out and vote. That becomes very, very important at every election. But most of the time we see that the percentage is very less, especially into the cities, in the urban areas.
But no, when I say that things have changed, I don't mean just the AIDMK, even the NDA, which has now sort of entered Tamil Nadu formally. It looks like they are poised to take at least some seats. So how is this going to work for the DMK? Now, in many seats, we see this is going to be a contest between three different fronts.
So when you look at NDA, they definitely know they're not going to make it very majorly in Tamil Nadu. BJP has been there. It's only now, only this election, where people have started noticing BJP in Tamil Nadu. Otherwise, there were a couple of areas which you know that it belongs to BJP. Like you go to Kanyakumari, you go to Coimbatore, people knew that, okay, this is what BJP is about when you talk about Tamil Nadu. But yes, now they have a lot of alliance with them, the local parties, the other parties where they have an alliance. So yes, they are making noise. But as to eating up the votes of DMK, I don't think it's going to make a difference to us.
But in these elections, is everybody really talking about issues? Now, when we go for the campaign trail, we see mostly the AIDMK talking about the DMK talking about the AIDMK. But what are the promises, especially for the young of this state, other than the soft culture which all the parties promote here?
I think when you look at it, it's only during the DMK time when the youngsters had a lot of opportunities to move forward in life. They had business opportunities, they had job opportunities. But today, in the last 3 years, we have noticed with the AIDMK in power, there's not been one single multinational company which has come up in Tamil Nadu, which has invested in Tamil Nadu. There's no job opportunities for the youngsters. They really do not know. They're ready to go out of the state and work, but not here because they feel that there's absolutely no opportunity for them. So I think that's where we differ, because when you look at DMK regime from 2006 to 2011, all the multinational companies had come up during that time. IT was developed during that time. The tidal park had come up during that time. And the kind of job opportunities we had given to the youngsters was humongous. But now you don't find that here. So I'm saying, like, DMK has always been working for the betterment of the future, not for the present. It's not what happens now. It's this is going to take you 5 years down the lane.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's not just about jobs, but one of the biggest issues which Tamil Nadu faces is power. Now, what the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu says is that the power crisis was something brought about by the DMK during its regime. When you go for campaign, are people asking you about this?
No, people are not asking me about this, because people have been coming and telling me, please bring back the power. Because they know very well, when DMK was in power, there were only 2 hours of power cut. And you know the timing. The government used to tell us that this is the area where the power is not going to be there for 2 hours from so and so time, and according to the area wise. Like now in Nilgiri, you don't have power cut at all, and this amendment was signed by the party chief, then CM Dr. Kalinyar, where there should not be power failure, power cuts in Nilgiri areas at all, because the kind of work they do, the tea leaves have to remain fresh, and they work like that. So even that is continued today, but that has not been brought by AIDMK, it has been brought in by DMK. And when you talk about power, Ma'am Jayalalitha had said, the minute she came into power, she said, within 3 months, I will solve the power problem. How could she promise that a 2-hour power crisis could be solved in 3 months' time? You cannot build a power plant in 3 months. That's because she knew very well the kind of power plants which have started. They were yet to function, but they were at the end of finishing stages, where by 2014 August, entire Tamil Nadu would have been without power crisis, and we would have had the surplus, where we would have been able to give it to the other states also, to the neighboring states. Whereas now, earlier Ma'am Jayalalitha said that it's because of DMK, and then she said no, that's because there has been a kind of play, a dirty play by the DMK. I mean, you're the chief minister, then how can you blame the DMK for playing dirty when it comes to power crisis?
But do you believe that power is going to become a trump card as far as parties go in these elections?
It's not power alone. I think it's the price rise. It's also about water problem. It's also about law and order. It's everything combined together. But yes, power problem stays right at the top.
So do you have a solution for this problem? Does your party have a solution for the law and order issues, for power crisis?
I mean, we have always performed well when you compare to the power crisis and to the law and order. Even for the people who are into the complete rural areas of Tamil Nadu, they had so many facilities brought in by Dr. Kalaignar when he was the chief minister. Power crisis, we have so many power plants. When it comes to Kudankulam itself, Ma'am Jayalalitha, when she came to power, she said no to it, then she said yes to it, then she said no to it. I mean, she was not sure as to what she wanted to do. It's either you say yes or you say no. But then it's like talking both the ways and trying to make a mark yourself. But then yes, we have so many power plants, but we just need to finish it. They all have been like 80% complete, 75% complete, and we need to start functioning on it. We need to take a strong stand and say that okay, these power plants have to function and they have to generate so much of megawatt of plants.
Okay, so one problem which the DMK would perhaps face when it comes to talking to the electorate is that I think there are actually two issues. One is that this is a party which also follows a sort of dynasty politics. You see Dr. Kalaignar Karunanidhi, and now his son Stalin is almost poised to take over the DMK, or rather he has. So how do you think that is really playing out?
It's not. I mean, why are people blaming the party chief for it? I think he's taking over the party, he's not taking over Tamil Nadu. I mean, it's absolutely fine it's fine a businessman, he has his son taking over the business. It's fine for a doctor for his son to be a doctor. It's fine for an engineer to understand that my son or my daughter has to follow my footsteps. Every father has that idea. And it's not about politics being taken over by the dynasty. I think you need a proper person who has to take over the party. That what next after party chief, what next, who's going to take over? And I think fortunately Mr. Stalin happens to be the best person who's going to take over. And it's not that because he happens to be Karunanidhi's son, it also happens to be he's the most lovable, favored and the most hard-working party member.
No, but has the party looked beyond Stalin ever? If you actually trace the party's history in the last 5 or 10 years.
No, I think we need to understand that Stalin has been looked upon in the last 5 years. Prior to that, he wasn't even there. He was just one of the ministers. He started off as a mayor. He is one of the ministers. He has worked hard. He has worked hard so much for the party, right from the emergency time when we all knew that how he was arrested at the Misa and how he almost battled for his life and he came out of it. So it's not that he's jumped into it and immediately he's been given a position that okay, you're the next, you're going to take over. He has worked himself. He has, gone up step by step. And nobody has an objection to it because everybody feels he's the right person to take over.
No, but Jayalalitha and the others have been pointing out that the DMK is no different from the Congress if you look at it in that way.
I mean, if you look at it everywhere, you have in Bihar, you have from Lalu Prasad, then it was Rabri Devi, now it is Misa, then again you have Mulayam Singh and then Akhilesh taking over. And it's not now, I think right from the time of Nehru. From Nehru, it was Indira Gandhi to Rajiv Gandhi to Sonia to Rahul Gandhi. And it's not about dynasty. I think it's about who the people of the party, because it's a huge party. It's not that it's my family of 5 and my husband is a head of the house, so the next obviously it's going to be me. No, it's not that. I think it's a complete huge party where people have to understand that whether this person is capable enough of taking over. And if AIDMK has a problem in saying that Dalapati is going to take over, Mr. Stalin is going to take over after the chief, it's a dynasty politics. My question is, after Ma'am Jayalalitha, who? Do you even have a face into a party who's going to take your party forward? Today, the people of Tamil Nadu, even the ministers and the functionaries of AIDMK, they know very well, even when they put up a banner, they cannot have their picture on it along with Madam Jayalalitha. Because those are the strict rules. I mean, people know only Jayalalitha. Do you know anybody else in AIDMK where you can say so-and-so person belongs to so-and-so ministry? You don't even know that. People don't even know that. Even when I walk down the street, you walk down the street and ask, who's the minister for the education? They will say, I don't know. And who's the ministry for the electricity board? I do not know. Who takes over the transportation? Let me think, come back to you. That is how the position is now. You need to have a face in politics where people can identify you. Unfortunately, AIDMK doesn't have. Fortunately, DMK has that. So the blame game is definitely going to be there. We have what you don't have, so you're obviously going to blame us.
You know, when it comes to young people and even otherwise the entire population of Tamil Nadu and across India, DMK somehow has become synonymous to corruption, especially the 2G and the other scams which the party is related to now. Is that going to affect you even this election? How the DMK has been insisting that no, this will not affect us.
Definitely not, because 2G scam is something which came up in 2011. When 2011 the elections were coming up, all AIDMK had to say was about 2G. Let me tell you, the case is still in the court. If a person has to be convicted even before the court convicts him, just an accused has to be convicted of the scam, then I think Ma'am Jalalita has a case going on and she's been accused of disproportionate assets in Bangalore for the last 18-19 years. Then she becomes a convict herself. I mean, for her, you say that no, it's still an accused, she's an accused. Same here with the Raja and Kani, they're still an accused. Let the court decide. We have
so are
laws.
You saying that Raja and Kani are victim of perception?
Absolutely. Let the court decide. For everything else, we want the court to decide. Why do we jump to conclusion and say that it's they who have done the mistake? There is a report which says that first you said 1,76,000 crores. But then 1,76,000 crores is not the loss to the government. And let me make it clear, it's the loss to the government. It's not... Finally, the TRI and the CAG said it's 22,000 crores. Even the TRI said that it's somewhere close to 22,000 crores, which is a loss to the government. Nobody is saying where Raja took 1,76,000 crores, all the 22,000 crores is what Raja took it, pocketed and he's gone back to his hometown. No, nobody says that. Even the law, even the court, it says that how the TRI or the government could get a loss of 22,000 crores. Nobody is pinpointing and saying that Raja has flicked 22,000 crores. Nobody is saying that Kani has pocketed 22,000 crores. So it's with the court. Let's wait and watch and let's see what the court has to say.
But still, don't you think that perception still is there about the DMK?
That's because the minute you keep saying, when you don't clarify things, people have come to a stage where for everything they need a clarification. The minute it's right in their faces, one scam or anything negative is a breaking news, let's face it. So the minute it's right on the face from morning till evening for 2 years at the same time, then people tend to get into a perception saying that there should be a truth to it. They do not even want to waste time thinking the other way, that when I say that, listen, a man cannot pocket 22,000 crores. Today Raja has given his assets which is close to around 4 crores or something. So I mean, say if he had pocketed 22,000 crores, where does it go? I mean, it has to be seen in his name. So people need to come out of this misconception saying that he had pocketed. There's a loss to the government. There are so many other things involved. There are so many other issues which are there where I say that how could a government face 22,000 crores? We need to work on that. The accusation is not a single man or a single person or a company of two has pocketed 22,000 crores. I think AIDMK has nothing else to say. But 2011, they were talking about 2G scam. And in 2014, also they're talking about 2G scam. Is there anything else where AIDMK needs to pinpoint fingers at us? Nothing.
Okay. So my last question, the SOP culture here in Tamil Nadu. The DMK started big time, of course, from NGR era, we have had SOPs. The DMK gave free color televisions. Jayalalitha has her canteens, mixers and grinders. How is that going to work this election?
Definitely not. Nothing is going to work. So when I've been traveling for the election campaign down the streets, people are like, don't make us absolutely jobless and say that we are not beggars here, that you give us SOPs all the time. What is going to help us? That is important. People say you have given us a mixer grinder. Where is the electricity? Where is the power to run it? What's the point of we keeping it? It's been there, kept. There's no power to run it. And you have hiked the price of the power. You don't give us electricity, but yet you hike the rates of the electricity. So whatever time we have, we utilize it for better things. We do not use the mixer grinders. Then they come and say that whatever said and done, we need water. So you give us goats and sheep. What are we going to do with that? Where are we going to take them? We need water. We need to take care of them. So until unless we do not go farming, how are we going to take care of that? So and people say that you don't make me absolutely a beggar. You give me space where I can do something on my own. You give me a job opportunity. You help me in developing my business. You help me in doing my farming better way. You help me in taking care of my family. I'm not asking for sops. But this election, the only thing what my party chief, Dr. Kalinger, has said, that if we come back to power, or if we win this election, then the education loan, which is a huge thing for everyone, that will be taken care of. Where last time he had said that 7,000 crore of the farmers' loan will be waived, and he did it. He waived that 7,000 crores of farmers' loan. And when he says that the education loan will be waived, I'm sure he will do it, because for every family it becomes important that every family looks at my child being an engineer or a doctor or something else, or working in a big company. But that comes only when you're educated, and they take such high loans to get seat in a very good university or colleges, where they end up paying back that loan entire life. Or there are times where we have seen that people have sold off their houses to pay back the loan, or the women of the house, they have sold off their jewelry to pay back the loans. So we say, we don't want you to do that. We will take care of that. You want your child to be an educated person, because this is the future. When you have an education in your hand, that's the biggest strength and power, your education. So education is the first priority, and that is what has to be taken care. That is for the next generation. They say a good statesman will always think of the next generation and not the current. And I think that's what my party chief does. He takes care of the next generation. So he says, I will waiver off your education loans. And that will definitely going to make a huge difference.
Well, thank you for joining us, Khushboo, on Young and Digital. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you.